It's always nice. It's always nice. We love it. We love it.
I feel like we're in agreement. Law of attraction here. I think it's just better.
Yeah, you know what it is. You already know what it is, man. You already know what it is.
Alright, let's talk location. Location. When I listen to this
location.
song, I want to celebrate. Like when you hear that first chord, you're like, I don't know, you just feel stress release. Like,
bro,
I can relax.
I feel like I'm gonna float, fam. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
my smile is great. Sonically, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like James Blake with his soft tones.
I can't even do it, man. It's just, it's so like paradigmatic. I tried to do it when it first came out. It's Max from VTV Media here, and today I'm collabing with the Dave connoisseur himself, Mr. LockdownT.
Come on.
Alright. So Dave has dropped 2 masterpieces of albums that have both gone #1, phenomenal achievements. And what we've done is we're going to compile the ultimate Dave album. So we've matched songs from each album based on their genre, their message, and like their style.
Yeah.
And we're gonna put them head to head, and we're gonna decide which is the best song from each to make the ultimate Dave album. As this is a difficult debate, we each get a trump card. So if there's a song that I feel too strongly about that has to be on the ultimate Dave album, I play my trump card. You have nothing to say.
That's it, stamp it down.
Exactly. And also we're gonna ask the help of our camera crew as well if we cannot settle a debate, because this could get heated, this could get interesting.
Yeah. Our head's gonna be hot, swear down.
I know, I mean, I still don't know my answers. Like, it's still a difficult debate in my mind, let alone with other people's contributions. So just quickly run you through the matchups. We've got Psycho versus We All Alone, the intros. We've got Streatham versus Verdansk.
Yeah.
Interesting one.
Big
Black
one.
versus Three Rivers.
Yeah.
Purple Heart versus Law of Attraction.
Yeah.
Location versus System.
Yeah.
Disaster versus Clash.
Yeah.
Environment versus Both Sides of a Smile.
Yes, sir.
Lesley versus Heart Attack.
Yeah.
Voices versus 20 to 1.
Yeah.
Drama versus Survivor's Guilt.
Yeah.
And then there's 3 left over.
Yeah.
And we have to choose 1 out of the remaining 3, which are Screwface, Capital, Lazarus, and In the Fight. There are some hot
Big
debates
tracks.
here. Hot debates here.
Big tracks. So what, basically, with those last 3 tracks, we add that in
One of those to end the album.
to make the
I
ultimate.
can't lie, that could be
That's
the
gonna be
hottest
crazy.
debate, but that's the last one.
That's gonna be crazy.
Okay, so without further ado, Psycho versus We're All Alone. So both of these are the intro tracks.
Yeah.
And what I love about both of them is they introduce the album. Like, Psycho shocks you. You're like, wow, you don't realize this album's gonna be like, we're gonna hear about his mental health, his struggles.
Man started with Stop All the Pain. Once he said that, you know,
before that, you start and he's in therapy. You're like,
Facts.
Okay.
We know, like, this is a movie now.
Exactly.
I said Stop All
And
the
then
Pain.
We're All Alone. I guess We're All Alone is different because
It is a bit
it's the same kind of thing.
Yes.
But instead of like in Psycho, Dave mentions suicide.
Yeah,
But more and kind of like this was his fault.
But
Whereas
now
in We're All Alone, he goes, someone messaged me saying I want to kill myself. So it's a bit of a progression.
Yeah.
But they're both hard songs.
They're very hard.
And in terms of the beat as well, Psycho gives you that eerie, uncomfortable kind of feeling. And because you hear that kind of beat in Drama at the end of the album, it kind of ties the album in together. We're All Alone, the beat as well is hard. Like, it's so eerie. This is what I said this on a TikTok. It's so eerie that it kind of makes you feel alone. But then the way Dave, it doesn't feel like he's rapping, it feels like he's talking to you almost. Like when he talks about the kid messaging it, it says like he's just talking to you. It makes you feel like you're with Dave, you're together. You're all alone in this together. I was like, when I did that, I was like, oh damn.
This is the thing, like, I think that there's an element of both tracks. Obviously, there's talk about suicide in both tracks, a very like powerful, strong topic, but there's the entrance that he gives on both tracks really just like set the tone for what we're gonna hear in the rest of the album. He does that very, very nicely. Are we trying to decide right now? Because I think I know, like,
what are you
I
saying?
know what which one needs to be.
Tell
there.
me yours first and I'll tell you
Say no more. So for me, Psycho has to be the one that we go with.
And can I, you go first and I'll tell you.
Let me tell you the reason why, I need to pull up my notes.
He's got the notes out, that's what we
I need
love
to pull up
to
my
see.
notes because this is alright, cool, boom. So Psycho's out here telling a very, very strong story, I would say, okay? It is the entrance to his album. As we're saying, Stop All the Pain. He's talking about the struggles that he goes through in life, alright? I love the production on it. It's very ambient. It's like very grand. It's very like righteous sounding, Not only that about the beat, but also the beat very well integrates with the lyrics.
Yeah.
He talks about how his mixed emotions are crazy. It makes him feel like he's actually like going mad, right?
I can't lie as well. It fits the graphic of the album. Like, I feel like I'm in that blue cloud, but also as well with the We're All Alone. I feel like I'm on that boat when I listen to it.
It sounds very quiet and like exactly. So it's a situation where I feel like there's quite a few like beat switches in Psycho as well.
It's a bit.
So it's like exactly. It's like the beat is bipolar and he's kind of
it's not
going through something a bit crazy as well.
It's a breakdown of his mind, basically.
And I feel like there's an element to We're All Alone which is a little bit braggadocious and whatnot. I love using your word. Braggadocious. Yeah. It's there's a little bit of like flexing to it and whatnot, talking about
it's just a sign of maturity, like you know, you don't want to hear the same album again. But it comes down to a matter of preference, in which Psycho is like the more impactful album.
Exactly.
Well, I just want to say two things about Psycho. So like you say about the beat going all over the place a little bit, and it's like reflected in the bars. Who am I? Someone trying to live his best. Like, it's kind of flexy. Next bar, who am I? Someone probably suffering with manic depression. Like,
and like, when he says that bar, the beat
changes and you hear the piano.
And the piano coming. Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
He's mad.
It's crazy. And then also like, not only is this the intro to Dave's album, it's the intro to Dave's success. Like, this album like went #1. Like, no one did. Dave was big. People didn't think it would be that big, but like you didn't know. This song just symbolizes that to me. Whereas We're All Alone, there was a big expectation there. So I think Psycho wins.
I think
Psycho's our intro to the ultimate Dave album. You guys agree with that one? Okay, that's it was kind of easy one, but looking into We're All Alone, there's definitely
something.
Streatham versus Verdansk. Okay,
let's get into
Let's talk Streatham first.
Let's get into it.
Let's talk Streatham first. So if you haven't seen on LockdownT's channel, we've just broke down best Dave bars of all time, and I believe there's 2 bars on our top 3
that are in Streatham.
So for bars wise, Streatham has to be one of his best songs. What has to be one of his best songs?
It is. Bars wise, the way he delivered it was crazy. It's definitely one of his best when it comes to bars.
Then it's also like the actual message of the song, Streatham. It's the name of where he's from, the video, they're driving around Streatham. You see the 118 bus in that as well.
You see it, right.
It's a big insight to where he grew up.
And
it paints such a good picture of it. And of course, it's where I'm from.
So
I obviously have a natural bias to it as well. So there's that as well, and like what it does in the album, like Psycho basically gives an introduction to his mind, Streatham, where he's from. So I think it's so important in that. On the flip side,
go on.
Verdansk
is also extremely crazy.
People love Verdansk.
I personally think that Verdansk has got the better hook. I think Verdansk has got a better hook than Streatham. I
think Streatham's not necessarily the catchy song. Like, I grew up in Streatham. It's a bit slow. But
I think Verdansk's hook is a lot stronger than Streatham's hook. However, I think that Streatham has a better structure to it overall.
I think with Verdansk, well, first of all, I wasn't as crazy about it as everyone else is. Then I saw him at Park Life and he opened with this song, and that's when I was like, when I heard the piano play and I'm like, oh, it's Verdansk. I was a bit shocked that that's how he started. But then when I saw him do
mad.
But when I saw him do it, I was like, this makes perfect sense, and like seeing it live really brought it to life to me. Then I started listening to it. Okay, this is a song. I do want to ask though, did he need the survival mode?
Nah, man. Nah.
I don't think it it added more hype and it added another something like just more noise. I don't think I did anything. I mean, there's a reason it wasn't on the original. So
there's a couple of nice bars in there. The one where he talks about like I gave the call and something like that, Sir Alex Ferguson and Cristiano Ronaldo, something like that. Nice couple bars.
Yeah,
but
it's a good bit of wordplay.
I felt like it was a little bit messy. I can't lie.
It kind of just breaks the structure of the song a little bit.
It was cool. I'll never say it was bad, whatever. I just don't think it was very necessary.
I feel like the young kids are gonna want Verdansk over Streatham, but for me, it has to be Streatham.
For me, it also,
Warzone.
Wait, what did you say?
Because of Warzone, the game.
What?
Wait,
so that's why
you like...
No, that's why the kids would agree with it.
Oh,
exactly.
Well. That's the concept.
For me as well, I never really played COD. So it don't really do nothing for me
hasn't
like that. Whereas Streatham,
exactly.
This is where I am all the time.
This is the thing. Like with Verdansk, I'm not one to play Warzone or whatever, but I can imagine that. I can imagine
it's same like if I hear a football bar, I'm like, oh, I like it because I love football.
Exactly.
I can imagine resonate with them. It resonates more with. But for me personally, it don't resonate like that. It's a hard one, but I think I have to go Streatham.
I think I have to go with Streatham as well. I'm gonna pull up my thing here because like I think it's the perfect balance between like him kind of chatting that grease and that flexiness, yeah, but then also, as you were saying, the message, yeah. I want to pick out 2 bars, yeah, where he depicts like the silliness of the road life and just sort of how obsolete it is. So man basically says, it's mad when a man want to murk you, but you know you got to be in by curfew. Yeah. These are kids. He's saying that these are kids on the streets, yeah, that want to kill you
on the street.
But these times your mum needs you to be in your bed at 9 p.m. Like you've got a curfew. You're a kid.
Put it into perspective. Like that.
And the fact that he's able to like depict that so eloquently, just in that bar, for instance, yeah.
Yeah, such a short bar, but you can break it down and be like.
I didn't feel like there was I didn't feel like there was those real like quotables in Verdansk in that terms where like where he's really like preaching about something good, and that's probably not what Verdansk was for. No, that's not the point of Verdansk.
Exactly.
But that's why I think Streatham just goes a little bit above it. And then he also says, he tells me he's on me when he sees me. I barely remember why we're beefing.
Exactly.
Like, what are we beefing for?
But it's just beef now. It's like you inherit the beef.
Exactly.
It's postcode wars.
Exactly.
Like, what's the meaning here?
It's like Streatham really tells us like about the grittiness of the road life, but also the complete pointlessness of it as well.
Exactly.
So like,
yeah, I like that.
You know what I mean? Yeah, bro.
Paints how real it is, but also
how pointless, bro. Like, pointless, like
you gotta be home by now.
I can't even remember why we're beefing. And he even like gives a little chuckle when he delivers that bar. So it's like he's finding it funny because of how ridiculous it is. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like there's those elements in Verdansk.
I think that's why bars like
Streatham
has to be one of his best songs.
But Verdansk, I love Verdansk. I love Verdansk so much. But yeah, Streatham's one.
This has like another layer to Dave, which like brings the debate as like, is this what Dave's best at doing? In the debate of Black versus 3 Rivers. So obviously both of these songs are like talk about race and ethnicities. Black is obviously about what it's like to be black in Britain. What I loved about this song as well, I mean, you have to talk about the Brit performance. You rattled the entire nation. You rattled the nation, but like
out here gunning for people.
Exposed so much.
Gunning for people.
But also like, I don't know if you remember like from like years ago, Bashi had a song called Black Boys.
Black Boys, yeah.
And it's not the same, like it's not talking about what it's like to be black, but it's bigging up all the black boys in the scene doing their thing. And that had a similar reaction to Dave's. Like that got lots of backlash online, and it's kind of just, well, I mean, it's not nice to see that there's not been much progress, but it's nice to see that that message is like still pushed out. Still need to make music to like have this message, and like the fact that there's a negative response means that you need to have more music like this to educate and like it needs to be in the scene more, like it needs to be in the public eye more. So I think like in terms of impact, Black is like maybe one of the most impacts on Dave's album. Like that's crazy. So I think it's an eye-opening song. It's important. It's very important, and it just explains like, for as a white person, like hearing like lots of these things. Right? Yeah, well, it's just like eye-opening things that you probably knew, but to like hear it from the other point of view, it's so important. 3 Rivers, I guess, addresses social issues, and it is specific as well to Windrush in the 80s. Then it goes on to talk about Eastern European, and then the current war in the Middle East. So it's like, it's Britain's relationship with immigrants. So again, it's important. And then what I love about this song, I guess it's not really part of the song, but it's Daniel Kaluuya on the outro. That is the message when he's like, you got to switch rivers. It's the metaphor of like, cool. Like you're in. Yeah, like instead of seeing racism as like, you have to fight, be like, oh, I'm black and I'm proud, like, and I'm like, like, switch. I just love the metaphor of that. So honestly,
you're not sure.
I don't have an answer at the bottom of this one.
Say it down.
Because I think they're both so important songs.
Very.
And like, I don't know. Like, talk to me. I'm struggling.
Basically, I have an answer, but the answer is a little bit biased. So the reason as to why I would say that I think Black needs to go in this decision in this like thing that we're doing, the ultimate album is because where Dave is even able to resonate with speaking about the black message, because obviously he's black. I feel like his like comparisons were really niche and like quite bespoke. So he was able to do it in a better way, a way that resonated like a lot with me. Talking about like my boy what was he say? He said something like, my boy is reading up about his heritage and finding out that he's Egyptian. Yeah. And like, I can kind of relate to that because I know that like my auntie has some Egyptian in her, and I found that out, and I was like, oh, like that's crazy. Like, where'd that come from? So because he is black himself, I feel like he was able to like niche down his comparisons quite well.
I get that point actually, because obviously here it's amazing that he's shedding light on him, but I mean, like, he's Nigerian, he's not necessarily Windrush.
He has to learn all of that. You know what I mean? He has to learn all of it. So the way that he then puts that out, it means that it's not going to be as natural in no way. You know what I mean?
I get that, and I think as well, like, given Dave wrote these songs, Black probably was more from his heart.
Exactly, 100%.
I get that. Okay, I think I agree with you. But I just have to say the Daniel Kaluuya bit. If there was I just love that. Because at Park Life as well, he did, like, while he got changed, he had that on and he had some visuals, and it was so loud and it's so eerie. Like, it's kind of like you can see it's change in pace. And I love as well what it does in the album, how it goes from that into System, where it then goes from cool, he's embracing it, and then he's got a song of Wizkid and his vibes, and it's so positive. Like, to go from that to that, I love that. But I think song for song, because that's not really part of the song, the Daniel Kaluuya bit.
No,
we have to go Black then. So we got the top 3 from Psychodrama. But to be fair, I can't lie. What are first 3 songs?
Yeah, 100%. So that's the thing. Yeah, we've started doing basically a Psychodrama album so far. But we'll see what happens next.
But then
we'll see what happens.
The next debate, kind of the Loverboy songs, Purple Heart versus Law of Attraction. So Purple Heart, there's a lot of you'll probably like the solar system wordplay in this one, the star signs and all that,
interstellar light.
But also I mean, in terms of the position of the album, we've heard a lot about Dave, and then we hear the vulnerable side of him, the Loverboy, his relationships.
Because actually, in both of these songs, he's kind of like talking to a girl. In both of them, and it's nice to hear that.
Yeah, and then Purple Heart itself has different meanings, so it's like it's a military medal you can win. So if you survive, so it's like you survive a battle, you win the Purple Heart. So it's kind of a symbolism like Dave's been through, which we kind of already hear about in the first 3 songs. Like, Dave's a bit battered, but he's still a sweet boy at heart. Then also, like, the purple is kind of like red and blue, so it's like red for love, but blue for ice. So it's a bit cold. Like, it's kind of like that. So it's interesting. Like, there's a bit of wordplay. Comparing the 2 songs, like, this one's a bit slower.
Yes,
Law of Attraction's a bit more vibey, and it's got Snow Allegra in, which I love that. I love that.
I think that's key in this debate. I can't lie. I think that a lot of the time Dave doesn't like to really feature that many people. Psychodrama had what, 3 features on it? Burner, that Ruel on thingy, and J Hus. So I feel like when we're talking about an album, we gotta talk about features. We gotta talk about the cohesiveness of an album, And I think that Snow Allegra being on this feature really aided that Law of Attraction song.
I think as well, it kind of like Law of Attraction advances Dave as a lot. Like, you hear more about his ability of relationships in this one. It kind of develops on from Purple Heart. And like it's more of a vibe as well. And like. But yeah, you kind of listen, like, if you listen to it, Dave's bars are talking about his intentions and how he wants to, like, how much he, like, loves the girl, whatever. But then the chorus is No Allegra going, we could have been, like, it kind of shows that, like, Dave's growing in intention and growing in that, but he's still messing up. He's still messing up in a relationship, like, he's not sorted it.
I personally think that Purple Heart should have had, like, a feature on it, a female singer on it. I think that would have been nice.
I think if they had the same concept in that, like, Dave's talking his piece, but she's, like, just saying how it is.
And it's mad because I feel like he kind of structures his albums quite similarly.
Well, this is why I thought this concept worked so well, because
they actually they match. They match. He structures them.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. How do we feel about Dave on a love song? Like, do we like it?
I love it. I love it.
Like it, showing this other side to Dave.
I'm a lover boy, man. I love love, innit? Word to Chucky. Chucky's always talking about love and love. I love love. So it's a situation where I like it when a man can express his feelings like that, you know what I mean? Do it in a very eloquent way, in a soft way, you know what I mean? So I really like Dave.
I like hearing that someone from the UK scene talk about love as well. The UK scene is so drill right now. I know. So hearing a bit of love, it's nice.
It's always nice. We love it.
I feel like we're in agreement. Law of attraction here. I think it's just a better. Well, I'm saying law of attraction.
Facts. I thought you were gonna say Purple Heart.
Nah, I think. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No, I think just sonically, like Purple Heart slower. Law of attraction is just a bit more upbeat.
Yeah.
Slower leg. I think it's just more of a perfect.
Yeah. I think the feature helps in terms of just like making an album cohesive and making an album sound nice.
And it adds something else. It adds something. Probably does a lot for Snow Allegro to have be on a Dave thing.
Definitely. So yeah.
Alright.
Law of Attraction.
What do you guys think on that one?
100%. Yeah? Law of Attraction. Purple Heart is good though. I like it, but yeah.
So this next debate, if you follow us on TikTok, you've seen we've spoken about this one a lot.
Yeah.
I have also asked the public at Park Life this question, including Dave's boys himself.
Yeah, I saw it.
I asked Jussie and the rest of them.
Yeah.
I wanted to see raps as well, because I wanted to see what each team would say about identifying raps. I asked them location versus system, and funnily enough, a few of Dave's boys, so I asked 5 of them. 2 of them said Lazarus. And I'm thinking, well, so what I'm thought from that is like location. We already know Dave kind of doesn't like it too much. It's not his favorite song, but I guess it is some of his boys' favorite song for him. But the fact that they said Lazarus made me feel like Lazarus is the song of their camp. Like I feel like within the Dave camp, they love Lazarus the most, which is quite interesting.
I think I saw one of the videos when they were all around, like when they were all at Dave's yard, or maybe his mum's yard, I don't know who it was, when the album had just dropped. The video that they recorded, Lazarus was the one playing in the background, I believe. So maybe it is like a
I remember I even told my friend like I was doing this video and I was like, oh, this is the debate I'm like wanting to be the big one, and she was like, oh, what?
Where's Lazarus?
System, not Lazarus. I was like, oh, damn.
Right.
But I mean, Lazarus doesn't quite make Lazarus. We'll talk about later.
In a bit,
Location versus system.
You already know what it is, man. You already know what it is.
Alright, let's talk location. When I listen to this song, I want to celebrate life. When you hear that first chord, you're like, I don't know, you just feel stress release. Like, okay, I can relax.
I feel like I'm gonna float, fam. I'm just gonna float into the skies, man.
Yeah.
Red Bull giving me wings on that. Like, location is just, as I was saying in that TikTok that we did, it's just so diverse, bro. Like, it's a universal song, and I genuinely believe that it is one of the only like UK classics that we have right now.
This generation, it's a classic.
It's a classic.
It's going down in history.
It's going to get played for ages.
And I like as well, like even if you break down not just the vibe from it, if you break down Dave's verse, like it's not the most clever wordplay.
No.
The bar I like, money like the alphabet, you see keys, you got a pass on the end. But also like Dave's first verse as well. It has 2 different meanings if you interpret it from a male or female point of view. I saw Dave said that and I was like, oh, like that's quite clever, because also like thinking about writing that down, you're writing your bars and like it's got to make sense both ways. And not only does it make sense, it has 2 different meanings if you look at it from a perspective. So that's quite interesting. I like that. Okay, so system. When I listen to this and it starts straight away, I want to dance. Like, why didn't we show you that? It's a better vibe song, I think. Whereas Location's more of a celebration song. And I'm thinking this is the vibe song of the album.
This is what you want the vibe song of the album to be, kind of thing.
So I kind of lean to system in this aspect. Like both of the songs, like in terms of the actual message and the concept, whatever. There's not too much. There's a couple good bars, but it's more like
it's more about the vibes of it.
Like girls and whatever, and like life's good kind of thing. And like obviously Burna and Wizkid do I think they do what they do well, like on each song, but they kind of are what make the songs different. Dave is kind of saying a similar message. It's about all vibes on both songs. So that's what I'm saying. Does this come down to Burna versus Wizkid?
It's a hard one, man. The 2 giants in the Afrobeats industry. It's crazy. It's a situation for me where yes, we do need to pick the vibey song of the album, because right now we do not have anything that can kind of come in place of them. I just feel like with the stature and the impact of Location,
I understand. It's pretty.
I think that Location needs to be in it, because yes, I do know that System is a great vibey track. It makes you want to dance and whatnot. But maybe I'll just go to NSG for that. maybe I'll just go to NSG for when I want to dance. You know what I mean?
Like, Dave, your guy for a vibe song.
I'm saying.
It's good that he has the range to do it all.
Exactly.
But, I mean, not that he should stick. Like, I love hearing he does good vibe songs,
and whatnot. But that's what I'm saying. It's like cool.
Does he just get a bigger and bigger feature each time to make a better vibe?
It's
an interesting debate. I just want to open. So you're kind of saying location.
What are you
guys saying in the crew?
Because this is a tie right now, man.
I put this poll on TikTok and it's a tight debate. Like,
I can't lie, I do prefer location.
Location.
It's all about sitting down, just relaxing for me.
I can't lie. I can't lie in terms of impact. Like, put it like this, this is where I'm kind of gonna concede defeat. Like, System out of the song by song, System's my song.
And I hear you.
If we're talking ultimate Dave album, you can't not have location on it. That's kind of what
that's the thing. That's the thing. You can't not have location. It's literally his biggest song. And a lot of people, like, I think a lot of people kind of came onto me for saying that location was is Dave's best track on the TikTok that we did. Yeah. Because someone was like flipping, you say you're a Dave fan, location is the most commercial one. Like, it's his biggest song for a reason.
Yeah, literally.
You know what I mean? It's so like and digestible.
He's not chatting rubbish on it. Like most famous songs, they're chatting rubbish.
He's
still,
he's
this is a good song. It's a good song.
Yeah, but you know what? I think he went harder on System, and that's something that you said.
Yeah.
And I thought about it, and I was like, oh. Lyrically and just like
he adds a bit more
delivery.
There's a bit more to Dave.
I think he came better on System, but
I think I'm happy to let location on this one. Then I mean, you don't have to use your punches.
Calm. So location is there.
This is the debate I feel very strongly about. This next one, Disaster versus Clash.
I think we're similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the biggest like names in UK history, Stormzy and J Hus on Dave, the other biggest name.
Huge.
Like, and he goes back to back with both. Like, it's not like, you know, can you just come and do your verse? It's like, this is, we're going back to back. Like, you get to see their chemistry. I have to say, when I saw the Psychodrama tour, that's when Dave saw J Hus for the first time since he come out of prison. And when I heard the dun, dun, like the start of Disaster, and then you see J Hus emerge and they just hug each other, I just love to see their chemistry.
Yeah, facts.
And so
Saw
Disaster
it from Samantha.
But Disaster as well, like, it's such a, I love the song, it's such a flex because they're talking utter Greek, like
but they say
disaster for them, but it sounds so good, like it's such a contrast, and like it's everything they're saying, like smiling like a nice person, came on a Rambo, it's like bro, like you're making it like that, and it's the whole theme of the song,
and it's like classic J Hus, the way that he just like comes with these really simplified lyrics, but he just says them so eloquently, and the way he delivers them just makes your head just explode. Like,
honestly, like,
you know what I mean?
I think this is like,
shout out Stormzy though. Because he went in on Clash, I can't lie.
That's what I'm thinking. You have
went in.
They're the two biggest artists in the UK. Dave and Stormzy.
100%.
Yeah.
And like, this is the biggest flex you can ever. They're driving flex. Aston Martins that haven't been released. They're talking about the watches.
Kettles on the wrist.
No one can chat to them. No one can, like, everything on that thing, like, no one's got bigger watches. No one's driving a nicer car.
There's too much money in the whole concept of that song. From the Aston Martins.
At first, people thought, like, Dave and Stormzy, that GSAP Psychodrama, they're thinking this is going to be a powerful song. I don't think people quite understood that this was a flexing song. And the chart song, and probably, maybe the biggest song from We're All Alone This Together. In terms of
because they diluted it, by the way. Like, it was not any of their best performances when it came to, like, lyrics and bars and whatnot. They diluted it for the commercial element.
This is the biggest flex there is, like. So in terms of that, like, the flexing and like that, do you think that Chip responding to Stormzy's thing on this, and he sends shots for Dave on this, do you reckon that limited Clash? Because I thought, when I listened to Chip's version, I'm like, rah. But I think this song's so much bigger than Chip's response that it kind of outshadows it.
And it's a shame because that's just the story of Chip's life sometimes, isn't it?
I know, like, Chip is,
but Chip is so hard. Chip is so hard.
Like, when I listened to that yesterday again, I was like, ooh,
I know.
Like, he's saying this
so
and that.
It's nuts. Like, I think that I find it a little bit weird how obviously, like, Stormzy goes and takes shots at Chip in Clash without directly responding to him with an actual song. So some people may say that you're flexing and doing all of this, but
we kind of didn't need that. It's kind of another way for Stormzy to flex, but I feel like Stormzy and Dave, if they're going and doing a flexy song, Stormzy shouldn't use his verse to send shots
do that.
Chip.
Exactly, which is why some people...
you can't send shots at Chip and not get a response. So, like,
exactly, and that might make some people not like Clash as much, just because of everything about the story behind it. You know what I mean? I think that Disaster is just so like the way that they both combined. It showed the mad chemistry that them two actually have.
Yeah. So are you saying Disaster?
I'm definitely saying Disaster.
Good, because I was willing to use my chop.
Yeah.
Disaster. That song like is just music to my ears.
Disaster has
it's therapeutic to me.
Disaster has to be there. It's like one of your favourite Dave tracks.
Definitely. Just that collab is just unbelievable. So that's another one from Psychodrama. Psychodrama is looking.
We've got what 4 from Psychodrama and then 1 from We're All Alone Now. Yeah. Psychodrama's looking heavy.
The next song
5 from Psychodrama.
5 from Psychodrama. 5. We've got 5 already.
So we've got Environment and Both Sides of a Smile. See, I think this might be the one where
this is interesting.
We haven't quite got the matchup right, but it's different. Like, these are the kind of songs where they're specific to the album. Environment is such a good song.
Very great song.
It's just always like, you see this is what it is. You see it as gangster, I see it as insecurity. You're seeing, he's wearing jewelry to flex, but he's going, I need all my boys with me to protect me because I'm wearing, like, it's so like eye-opening in that sense.
100%.
I really like, and then like it's just a soft piano. It just highlights like the vulnerability of like the reality of what it is. Like you see this and you don't understand it. It's like we walk on the same streets, but like.
I said my life is not a movie, bro. Like my life ain't what you think it is. Like this is my environment. Like crazy. Even like all the L's in my closet have a V. You just see like. I think this could be one of the most underrated songs on Psychodrama. That's not to say it's one of the best, but I think people don't talk about Environment. Do you know what's crazy about Environment? Yeah, every time I listen to it, I think, okay, I love this track. But if on a random day when I'm not in my Dave bag, you ask me how does Environment go? It takes me a little bit of time to like. I'm like, wait, what song is that again? Yeah. You gotta just kind of remember. You're like, wait, like how did that go again? And then you kind of this, and you're like, oh that track.
I think it's not too memorable, which is why it's underrated because there's no chorus.
Weirdly enough,
but when you see the bars, you like, of course you know it.
This track is heavy.
So it's an interesting one.
But
like,
Both Sides of
it can be forgotten. This song, Both Sides of a Smile is one that you cannot be forgotten.
Both Sides of a Smile is great. Sonically, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like James Blake with his soft tones.
I can't even do it. It's so like therapeutic. I tried to do it, but it came out.
Yo, you're gonna get your singing back.
Oh my god.
No,
singing's not for me.
James Blake, man. It's so
with the piano, the soft piano. As well.
And I love the way that Dave, and I don't know who the girl is on it. Her name's like Shah something or whatever.
I don't know.
But like Shah Simone, that's it. The way that like they kind of like his verse molded into hers or whatever. That was mad. That was crazy.
Like, it shows the insecurity of Dave, like how he says it, but then also like the part 2 of the song, where it speaks more about his mother's pain.
And I always forget about part 2 as well. Bro, that song's 8 minutes long.
I know, I can't lie. Like, it's almost 2 songs. It's almost 2 songs, but the way they flow is so nicely. Like,
shout out James Blake, man.
Yeah, like,
honestly.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And like how at the very end of the song, it's like feels like my luck's been running out. Like it's so defeated. I can't lie. Like this song hasn't resonated as much with me because I've been mentally I've been good this year. If I was going through a breakup, I would bang this song. I can't lie. I feel like this song. I don't know. I haven't spoken to him, but I feel like it must have helped me.
I banged it hard.
Yeah.
I banged it hard.
Corey's been down bad. Oh man, but that's what I'm saying. Like imagine this song.
It resonates.
It can probably do more. Which Environment? I think Environment's so important.
Yes.
But this song probably resonates more with
people. I think that what it is about Both Sides of a Smile, it's like if we're talking about from like an album point of view as well, it really breaks up the album nicely. Like
we
you've
just
got
go deep.
You kind of go from like a couple jumpy tracks, a couple vibey tracks, like for what we're doing right now, making this ultimate album. We've got a couple of those nice jumpy tracks in there with Location and Disaster.
Slow it down with this.
And then we slow it down, we break it up a little bit, and then once again we bring in features.
Yeah.
Features is important for an album.
Dave doesn't get his features wrong as well. He always does features where you can see he's got good chemistry, good connection. Like even mentions James Blake in the bar, like
exactly,
they worked together in the song. He didn't ask him, let me get a feature. And James Blake produced a lot of this album. I think that point is to be made that like
and Environment don't have a feature on it. So
I think your point of environment's a bit forgettable and this one isn't. I think that means both sides of a smile. And that's changed my. I'd originally said environment,
is it?
But I think both sides of a smile is yeah.
I think both sides of a smile is the right
I think
one.
that one. Do you guys agree with that? You're
That's the
shaking
one.
your head a lot there, Corey.
That's the one that I put down. Yeah, calm.
This one, stunts.
Go
Lesley
on.
versus Heart
Oh.
Attack.
Oh, I know what I'm going for, man.
Lesley, what song ever has had you gripped for 11 minutes straight? Like, it's a story. Like, he tells a story. Like, this song
True.
makes me feel like, is Dave, when he decides to tell a story, does anyone do it better than him?
Yes, but
In a different way. Like, I guess on a, like, more, like, Bugsy and people like that can make it into a proper
Yeah.
song, whereas I guess you won't hear Lesley on the radio ever.
Dave is a great storyteller. Dave is a very, very good storyteller, and I was very gripped on Lesley, 100%. It's another hard one because I feel like this again, for the purpose of this content that we're doing, obviously we have to match, but this is a bit of a mismatch as well, isn't it? Because Heart Attack is not necessarily a story like how Lesley
more
is.
Dave's story.
Yeah. But there's storytelling within Heart Attack. Not like let's not get that twisted. But it's not an actual kind of like story the
yeah,
way that
I agree.
Lesley is. So it's quite hard to compare them.
Yeah.
However, I think that Heart Attack is so strong just because like man runs for 8 minutes straight just talking about this and talking about that, and the bars and the
So
wordplay.
what
were
I like
just
about this song is it
crazy.
just feels like Dave is venting. Like
Venting.
literally, as the song progresses, like Dave,
Venting.
the stuff he's saying is mad, but he doesn't sound sad. He sounds angry, like he's letting it out.
Passion,
and
innit?
like the way
Passion.
the beat slows down. It's very
Yeah.
minimal, and then as the beat stops, he goes a cappella. Like it just sounds like he's just getting it all
Exactly.
out. Like honestly,
It's
and then it ends. Like it feels like for me, yeah. I clocked when I was listening to this yesterday. Like it feels like you're digging deeper into his trauma. Like he's getting deeper because he's just venting. It's like a venting session. At the end, when it ends with his mum's message, oh my gosh, like I was close to tears with that. I can't lie.
can't lie, yeah. I
Like it feels
listened to
like
it.
you just dig deeper, and that's at the core of like what's so
What
important
is-
to
yeah,
Dave.
what
Because
is- yeah.
this album is so much more about his mum, and like you get like there's a lot of elements of like he's dedicating a lot of this album to his
her,
mum, and like her story has been heard a
100%,
lot here, and I think Heart Attack does that.
Yeah, I don't like. I skip his mom crying like most of the time now. I can't do it, man.
It's so hard to hear.
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
And then if
but
you
it's
tie
also-
it back into like, because he also saying like, he mentions like this is normal, like I'm lucky, like even though I'm going through all this, I'm lucky still, and like
Yeah.
it kind of ties into like the Three Rivers song where he's talking about other people's trauma. Like it's kind of putting into perspective like he's just one person, his mum's just one person, and it's bringing us like all these people so emotional.
Yeah,
It's
We're
crazy. I
hearing the
can't lie.
story.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Yeah,
But even in Lesley, people say, you know how in Heart Attack when he says like commas inverted about mum getting pushed
yes.
off, people start to think that his mum's Lesley. I don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't know why people drew that connection. I didn't see
People are saying that because he says it's not even in Lesley, it's in Drama when he says like basing Lesley off a family, like off like family or family
Wait.
friend. Like, so it's not like
Swear down.
yeah.
Ooh.
So it's a theory out there that his mum is. I mean, his mum's not called Lesley.
Yeah, but the story is about
the character Lesley
is about
kinda
his
like
mum.
which is mad. But I mean, the fact with Lesley as well, it's an 11-minute song, but we
Yeah.
still have questions like, who is Lesley?
Yeah.
Is she right now? That's
Yeah,
what I want to know.
where is
Like, we
Lesley
ended
now?
Lesley in a coma.
Exactly.
So
Where
it's
is
kind of
she
mad.
now?
I think both of these
Was
songs,
the
it's
baby
so hard
alright?
to
Like-
literally. Is Dave the baby? Like
Yeah, like
it's crazy. Like
that's a mad theory, you know.
it is.
The whole pushing down the stairs, and I love that bar, by the way. I say, it was like, and I say,
With the commas inverted, but he's so angry when he's saying it as well.
Yeah.
I find it so hard to choose
was an
between these
intensive
two.
game.
I can't lie because, well, I mean, because both songs are so long. By the time I finish to each song, I'm like, that one's sick. Like you can't touch that one. Then I listen to Heart Attack, and 10
then
minutes
you're like,
later,
yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm nearly in tears listening to his mum.
You know me, like I'm a bars man, and I just love the passion that come out of Heart Attack. Like man said, bloodthirsty. I got sharks in the water, and trust me, I know a killer well, no orca.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. That's hard, and I just love that element of Heart Attack, and I think that is so great how there was the progression from Panic Attack to Heart Attack.
Yeah, I like that.
So it's a number 1 and a number 2.
Yeah,
you
I
know
like
what I mean?
Panic is a heart attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a situation where, like, we know how much Dave has progressed, and you can hear it now. I think
Yeah.
that his delivery and his performance of Heart Attack was a lot better than Panic Attack.
Yeah.
Not saying that that's another debate as to what song is the best or whatever out of them two, but I just love that there is an element of like a sequel in Heart Attack. So for me,
you're saying Heart Attack.
It's Heart Attack.
Yeah. You're saying Heart Attack as well. You're saying Lesley,
saying
aren't you?
You're saying Lesley. You love Lesley, innit?
That's the thing, I feel like,
I hear it, man.
I feel like out of these songs, because you, like you just said, there's Panic Attack.
Yeah.
There's no Lesley Part 2. Like, I feel like we haven't got another Dave song where he just tells a story. I think it's so unique that I'm leaning towards Lesley. I can't discredit Heart Attack in any way because it's just an incredible song.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards Lesley.
Are you?
So we're at a tie
So
here.
we're all split.
How are we deciding this one?
Well,
how strongly do you feel about Heart Attack?
I feel quite strongly about Heart Attack. However, if we're thinking about the content, we don't have a story in.
We don't have a story in our ultimate album.
In the ultimate album,
and I think Lesley's a standalone.
It's a standalone piece.
Whereas Heart Attack, as incredible as it is,
there's others.
There's Panic Attack.
Kind of,
There is
and then even in this album, there's a couple like it in that sense of its concept. So I might be okay. I might be okay to give you this one.
We can say Lesley for this one.
I might be okay.
That's
to
another
give you
point
this
to
one.
Psychodrama.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We've got Bear from Psychodrama still now.
Okay, now we go on a lighter note. Singing Dave, a new kind of Dave. We have Voices versus 20 to 1.
Yeah.
Now this is like, it's a sticky one. You know? I'm thinking like as well. Like, do we like Dave singing? Like, how do we feel about that?
I like it.
I like that it's different, and I like that he explores range.
Yeah.
It's not his best thing.
Oh, 100%.
And I don't think like I don't want to hear Dave drop an album where he's singing the whole thing.
No.
But I do like that he's he's not scared to sing.
Yeah.
And he's not scared to like put that in both his albums.
Yeah.
Like,
and he'll just give her one. He'll just give her one song. You know.
Yeah.
Nothing too heavy.
Changes the vibe.
Yeah. Just a little light. You know what I mean? Just a little one song there, and I like that. He's always quite like alternative with his singing.
Yeah.
Like on Voices, man's like, oh my lord, I hear voices.
Did you know this song? He doesn't actually say all my life, he says oh my love.
Oh my love.
It's different. And I've clocked, so I was reading the lyrics yesterday. So what I love about this song is he like personifies emotion, like I don't know.
Bro, this is what I wanted to talk about.
He personifies it. So then he's saying, oh my love, I hear voices. Like, is he talking to like his love? Or is he kind of like talking to the person he's called love, like he's called people, these other emotions, and he's like saying, he's kind of like seeking love, like he's hearing voices, like he's getting so many distractions and whatever, but he's seeking love. Like, is that kind of the message in this song?
And this
I don't know, I kind of like that they're actually, Voices, a lot of people take it like unseriously because he's singing, but there's actually layers to it, like this, there's actually like
the straight the straight personification of emotions for me just does it. Like, it's so clever. Like I said, I fell in love with optimism. Like it's so great how he personifies the emotions. And I mean, I just haven't necessarily, people would have done it before, but I just think he did it very well. And I feel like 20 to 1 is a good track. Once again, it breaks up, the song the album quite nicely. But I do
you know about all the meanings from 20 to 1? So obviously there's the one that's like, if you listen to the album at midnight, 20 to 1. I can't lie.
Which he said he didn't mean, by the way.
I know. I feel like that's okay, but I feel like it's
Dave,
kind of.
You meant that.
He said look at the time, but low key, I'm like, why? Like it doesn't. You don't need to. Like, what is the point in it? Like, that's kind of like a coincidence. If that. But 20 to 1, like 20 to 1, 2021, year of the album. Does that mean it? And then there's also like odds of my freedom. And then there's also like 20 man, like it's 20 to 1. Like if we catch him, so it'll be 20 man. So there's a bit of layers to that. I think it sounds nice. 20 to 1. It's like a nice sounding album. I feel like Voices is a bit more vibey.
I think so. Hot take though. I feel like 20 to 1 is a bit of a B-side track.
I can't lie. It's like if I'm listening to Dave's album. And like obviously this We'll Learn to Skip is a long album. There's like a few 10-minute tracks. This one could get skipped.
Yes.
If I'm not in the mood where I want to take in the whole album, I can skip this one to the next one.
100%. Like I think that is one that is good.
Could you do that with Voices?
Yeah, I could do that with Voices as well.
I feel like that's because singing isn't
singing.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
If you want to listen to Dave singing, it's good.
Yeah.
But I feel like
that's exactly what it is, because like something like Calling Me Out, in my opinion, is better than both of them.
Yeah.
Calling Me Out, and that's singing as well.
And Game Over, like that. he does it a bit more there.
Yeah,
I think it works
exactly. So I could definitely skip both of the tracks because Dave doesn't normally sing. That's probably why I can skip them. However, I do like them being in
That's not
there.
what you listen to Dave for, really.
That's not really what you listen to him for. However, I'm very open to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I think Voices is better.
I think Voices is the better one.
I think there's more to it. Like, well, just looking from my notes, I couldn't make too many notes from 20 to 1.
Yeah, it's
I think as well,
just cool.
I'm literally hearing like, all my life I hear Voices and like 20 to 1. I think Voices is sounding better, like that kind of singing.
I think it's better structured song as well.
How about you guys? What are you thinking on Dave singing? Voices or 20 to 1?
Voices.
I think it's Voices.
Yeah,
Voices. I think we're unanimous on that one.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Voices.
Our outro. Bear in mind, we'll have like the extra edition song of the final 3
Yeah, this one's really hard.
Drama vs Survivor's Guilt.
This is a hard debate.
This one
Very hard.
Easy.
This is a
Easy.
Wow.
Hey, Corey saying easy behind the camera, you know.
Let's talk about Drama. Again, this one where I don't have a song.
I need to look at my notes for this.
Drama.
Because,
The beat. What I love about this song is the beat is so similar. Like I think they sample whatever they sampled in Psycho. Like so it ties up the album nicely.
Right.
And so it's like a nice round end into the album. You also get to hear his brother. This song is,
Yeah.
this album is
It's
a lot
about
dedicated to his brother.
him, yeah.
Who's in jail.
Interesting. Psychodrama by
His
brother.
mum.
Yeah, we're on a
Gonna
together
have
by
his
mum.
other brother the next
Yeah.
album.
But I don't think he actually talks to his other brothers that much. to be honest. He says that quite a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
He said that was his role model when he got put away.
yeah, his brother. Yeah. So then he basically lost all of the guys in his life, essentially.
I think it's a good conclusion, this album. Like, it feels like a good conclusion
Yeah.
to Psychodrama. Okay, but now let's talk Survivor's Guilt.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's like irrelevant to the Dave part, but I just love Georgia Smith on this.
Yeah,
I love
100%. She really adds a very, very nice touch to it with like the sample kind of.
Because it's not a Georgia Smith feature per se, because it's just one bit kind of on a loop, but
it sounds like
it
kind of
works
a loop,
so, and like I get that in my head when I listen to this song, like it's stuck in my
100%.
head. It works so well.
It's really nice. It's really nice and soothing. I like it a lot.
It's like therapeutic. It's
Yeah,
catchy.
yeah,
I love it. And this
Definitely.
song was produced by Dave as well. So like I
Shout out to him.
just like Dave the
Yeah.
producer as well. I love picking that up.
I really like Survivor's Guilt because like he's again like preaching about life struggles, isn't it? He kind of talks about like interracial relationships and like the pressure that society puts on you for that kind of thing. Talking about fell in love with an Albanian.
Yeah.
Like should have seen the red flags.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, there's
and
some
like
nice bars
yeah,
there.
there's a lot of discussion about like societal issues and stuff. I also like the fact that he kind of like holds his hand up admitting that he's done wrong to like black women and stuff like that, and saying that he wants to do more for them, wants to provide for you. I think about it every day, he says. That's showing you like what is going on in Dave's mind,
important
innit?
to him right now. Yeah.
And I like Survivor's Guilt for some of them reasons.
I know, and I feel like with Drama, it's a good conclusion to the album.
I think
feel
it's a very
like
good
this is a good
conclusion,
outro.
Yeah.
I feel like because of the Georgia Smith, like that how it kind of like develops into like her bit comes in a bit more, and she has something else to say. Then it goes into Daniel Kaluuya to see it off. Like, But I think that like as serving as the outro, because that's basically how we
what
partnered
this is.
one.
Yeah.
I think Survivor's Guilt.
Yeah.
I think no discredit to Drama as well when you get to hear his
'cause
brother.
I love
That's what I'm saying. I
Drama.
feel like it's a conclusion because Psychodrama is the album for his brother, and we finally get to hear his brother, and he wishes Dave like. It's a lovely thing he says as well, but he references the Bible and things. It's like, you know what that means?
Yeah. You got to do your thing.
Here you go, and
yeah.
it's mad because that is what this album did, and it's what Dave's career did after that, and it's kind of like ties in. This is what Dave wants.
Yeah.
But it feels like a conclusion to Psychodrama, which is what it is. Like,
Because it's an outro.
but
yeah.
as an outro to the ultimate Dave album, Survivor's Guilt.
I think it has to be Survivor's Guilt as well.
And I think as a standalone song as well, Survivor's Guilt stands
Is
better. Where
better.
Drama slaps so hard when you listen to the whole album.
Yeah,
Like if you listen to
'Cause
Drama
of the
by itself,
cohesiveness,
yeah. So I feel like Survivor's Guilt for me.
I definitely think that Drama is a great like conclusion to the album. I do love how he talks a lot about just the problems that he was going through like, with his brother and blah, 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 that kind of thing, or the problems that his brother was going through and how that affected him.
Dave.
Yeah, exactly. I really do like everything about Drama. But as you're saying, Survivor's Guilt, I love it.
And I
love it.
I don't like that George is not like referenced as a feature. I guess it's not really a feature.
Yeah, I don't
It's
really
It
understand.
might be a sample or whatever.
I don't understand all the politics behind.
I want to
that
hear
kind
a
of thing,
Dave and
but-
Georgia feature like song now. I want to hear that.
Because you know they're cool as well. Like you saw them take that picture at Murky Fest or wherever it was, and Yeah, you know they're cool. I would like to see that. I'd like to see that. Yo, get it done.
get it done.
Usually, Benny Scars is his manager, innit? Benny, get it done, bro. Get it done. But yeah,
I think Survivor's Guilt. Do you guys agree with that one?
Yeah.
Cool, you're happy, innit?
Yeah, because you got the Rum and Red Bull.
Rum and Red Bull,
it's
a culture clash.
It's a culture clash. That one, everyone loved that bar.
That bar is crazy.
So we have an outro settled, Survivor's Guilt.
Yeah, Survivor's Guilt.
So the Dave Ultimate album's complete. We now get to pick one song to add as like the deluxe or the bonus song.
Tell me them.
Screwface Capital, Lazarus in the Fire. Now what I love about this debate is that it's so hard to debate, like they're so incomparable, but then it asks you the question like, what is Dave best at? Like what do we need more from Dave, or like either what brings that, like if you listen to this Dave album, do you need more vibes?
Yes.
Do you want more real rap?
Yes.
Do you want big features? Like it's such a big debate.
Exactly.
So first of all, Screwface Capital, I love this
What
song. Kind of like represents London. There's no chorus. It starts like straight away like, I got a link with the Russians,
6-figure discussion,
like,
dinners in public.
It's bars, like those are bars, and like it goes like, and the I don't know, like you know how like you feel like it's building up, and then like it feels like that's kind of representing London. Like it's just straight bars, like heavy hitting, fast, no room for air. Right at the end of all that, you get this beautiful piano. You get the vibes, and it's like you get to unveil all the talent and the vibes and the good sides of London, like the Screwface Capital. I love that. That's how he references it.
I like that as well, because like I don't feel like anyone has ever really said that.
Screwface Capital. If someone like, if you're not from London, you're
not gonna get it.
You don't know where you're talking about.
You're not gonna get it. Yeah, you're not gonna get it.
So I love
gonna get it,
like Screwface Capital. Again, I think it kind of sits with environment. I think it's more known than environment.
100%.
But I think it sits in that bracket that it's underrated within that album.
Yeah. And I feel like they are both quite similar in a certain way.
But I think this is arguably what Dave does best. Is hard hitting bars.
Yes.
Not even giving you time to breathe or think about it. Like just straight bar for bar. Like I think it's cold. Like I can't like.
Nah, defo. Screwface Capital is a banger.
But then if we're talking Lazarus, this is
Lazarus
some of his boys' favorite songs of Dave. But like when I asked them system or location, some of them said Lazarus. So like it kind of suggests that like this is the music Dave wants to make. Maybe I might be inferring too much there. I don't know.
Let me tell you something about Lazarus. Yeah, what's great about it is that like he brought in an artist that is not going to be as known in the UK.
Exactly.
A real Nigerian. I said real Nigerian artist, like some are fake, but just an authentic Nigerian artist. Yeah, to come in and just chop up the track.
Yeah,
like,
and he came out live at Parklife, and
I saw it.
Chemistry was sick as well.
And like obviously, when it comes to like Afrobeats, we usually get the Afrobeats artists on a UK rap track speaking pidgin or broken English, so rather than speaking like the actual language. However, Bodge did the whole chorus in whatever language it was. Maybe it was Yoruba. What was Yoruba? Yeah, cool. So I like that. Yeah. And it kind of wraps up in like, nicely with the theme of the album.
Yeah, Dave is kind of finding himself exploring his roots, and I think that song does that so well.
Exactly.
And it's great vibes. It's great vibes. It's great vibes.
Mad vibes.
I love it.
He comes hard in it as well. He comes hard.
Oh yeah, Dave does as well.
I'm gonna pay your father.
I'm gonna pay your fathers.
Your uncles.
Rap don't pay them. I would have been making it off of crack
cocaine.
It's hard. I kind of forget about it because I've been like studying all the other songs. I haven't listened to these ones so much, but like it's coming back to me. It's a sick song.
It's cold.
But now we bring a completely different song to the mix.
In the fire.
What was your reaction when you first heard it in the fire?
Oh,
I instantly, as soon as I heard Fredo,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Then I heard, and I'm thinking it's a long song, and I'm hearing Fredo, and I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, alright, Dave's coming. Like, is it a Dave and Fredo song?
Yeah.
And I hear Meeks, and I was like,
Meeks, like, who produced?
And the bar that connected the two together.
Came with fire escapes before my entrance. I took the fire exit.
It's hard. It's so hard.
Crazy.
And then,
crazy.
And I was like, okay, I think that's Meeks, you know, because I don't even know Meeks. I'm like, I think that's Meeks. That's get.
Yeah. And the beat changes.
Yeah.
The beat switch.
Oh my gosh. It's so hard. Like.
Gets went crazy.
And then.
Mad.
Gigs comes in.
Oh my
General.
When he comes in, again the beat kind of changes.
Yeah.
Riskiest number.
Yeah, man.
It's hard.
Yeah. Mad features.
And then Dave don't even like try like. Flex to it is like in the fire been like he just comes on like this is what I do. I'm with these man now.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm with the best.
Them. And guess what? I'm not scared. Like I don't need to come at you like attacking like
exactly because
and he spits
Trust me, he did it on like what Rule of Two with Young's Teflon. He did it on Little Bo Peep with Gets and Wretch.
Yeah.
Bro, he like this is
and
his
Gets
game,
said
man.
about that as
it.
well, that like Dave just rocked up and did his thing. Like he didn't like bow down. Not that he would, but he just did his own thing. And Gets was like, that was so refreshing to see.
100.
So that the future is in safe hands. With
yeah. The future is in safe hands. So what we picking, man?
How like they all serve a different purpose.
They actually do. That's what's so hard.
I can't even.
Okay, look. Let's analyze what our ultimate album is looking like right now.
So
we've got Psycho.
We've
got
Psycho,
Gone.
Graham,
Yeah.
Black,
this is
Law
great.
of Attraction,
Yeah.
Location,
Yeah.
Disaster,
Yeah.
Both Sides of a Smile,
Yeah.
Lesley,
Yeah.
Voices, and Survivor's Guilt.
We've got quite a variation here.
Yeah.
We've got vibes with Location.
And Disaster.
Maybe not as vibey as Lazarus.
Bit of Voices. Yeah. Maybe not as vibey as
Yeah,
Lazarus.
we have voices. Yeah, voices. We've got storytelling.
Hard
With
bars.
with Lesley, for instance. We've got hard hitting bars with Streatham and whatnot. We've got a great intro with Psycho.
I think.
What do we need?
I think the features. Not that the features
I hear
are missed,
you.
but I feel like I don't know. I'm trying to. You can see this from so many different ways. Like, what do we need on the album?
Yeah.
What is like? Where is Dave the best in this?
Yes.
And then like, I don't know. Like, do you have a song with Beth? Like, because then you're just picking it for the features. Like, it's so hard to choose, man.
Surprise element.
Yeah, true.
Surprise factor.
It surprised me like when I
surprising.
heard Disaster. Because
Okay.
when I heard the album, I knew J Hus was on there, and obviously when I heard J5 produce Location, I just thought that's
The one that.
Yeah.
And then when I heard J Hus on Disaster, I
you
was
were like, oh.
even though I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
With this one, I can't lie. I think that's none of the other songs shock you.
Yeah, that's a
This
very
song,
good point.
I've never reeled
Shock
up a
factor.
song so many times before I've even finished it.
100.
Exactly.
I
100.
think
And we've even got to think about the way that every single person delivered. Like, Fredo was even a shock.
Yeah.
The way that Fredo
And he
came
just
in.
started it off.
He started it
And
so
because you know
well.
Fredo and Dave are good friends from Fredo's album.
Yeah. I think that there needs to be more features.
I think
in this
as well,
Ultimate
if we
album as
see
well.
we've got an Ultimate Dave album and then you get one extra song at the end, I think In the Fire's the one, because it's like it adds so much. It adds so much.
It's
Whereas,
mad
like,
because we're on the same.
if you
page.
have Lazarus on there, you're like, why is this like we have vibes? Like,
Yeah, we've got.
why are you going out your way
Location.
to add this one?
Yeah.
Same with Screwface. I think In the Fire is like a one-off. Like what I was saying before. Like it doesn't. What other songs do you know with
Exactly. That's the thing.
heavyweights on there?
Yeah, that's the thing. In the Fire doesn't sound like any other song that we have in the Ultimate album.
So it's a good addition.
Whereas
As
Screwface Capital, we've kind of got songs that sound a little bit
Same
like
with
it. Lazarus, we've got that as well.
Okay.
He ain't got nothing like In the Fire. I think it has to be the one.
This arguably could be like, I mean, not that you would normally match these songs together, but
Yeah.
if you had to choose between these three, it's so hard. So like, I'd love to see what the people can do, like what they would think. Also, by the way, I've made a playlist with all these songs in their orders, the one from each. So you can follow the playlist and play along yourself, listen to it before you come to it. That's why I say listen before you come to your conclusions, because this was so difficult to do. But we're going In the Fire here.
Alright, we're going In the Fire, man.
So we
That's
have
the
our
deluxe
Ultimate Dave album complete. We didn't have to use our trump cards neither. I think we did an excellent job.
Yeah, boy.
Thanks to you guys as well for
love.
For contributing.
Yeah.
I'm quite impressed with that.
I
I'm
think
glad
that's
that
good,
we
you
could
know.
I needed your help because I couldn't decide. I can't lie.
No,
So
I think we
yeah,
got it.
we'll put the album on the screen because I can't remember it all off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you guys think about the Ultimate Dave album? As I said before, you can play along, and yeah, obviously remember to follow, subscribe, BTB Media, LockdownT, and yeah, we're done.
Boom.
Cool.
Lovely.
That was sick.